We're going to come over to the wall, placing our hands chest height on the wall, facing the wall. And we're going to step our dominant leg back first to stretch out our calves. Posturally tight area. So get the chest close to the wall, step the legs hip distance apart, and then bring your dominant leg back. Drive the pelvis forward, pull the low abs in, and plug your shoulders down. Now, typically, your dominant leg is the opposite leg of your dominant arm. So if you're right-handed, it's your left leg. If you're left-handed, it's your right leg. Drive that pelvis forward, lift the lower abdominals in, take your chin up, gaze at the wall in front of you. Make sure you can look over your shoulder that your back foot is parallel, not turned out, completely parallel, and that you're not locking out in your knees. Not locking out in your back leg's knee. So keep a micro bend so we don't get hyperextension in the knees and push on the joints. Keep pulling the belly in towards the spine. On your exhale, drive your pelvis towards the wall. Plug the shoulders down. Take that chin and gaze up, eye level. And keep breathing. Inhale and exhale. 2 more breaths here. Inhale and exhale. And 1 more breath. Inhale and exhale. Go ahead and switch sides. Stepping the leg forward. Breathe in here. Good. Make sure your stance is nice and wide. The front leg's knee is bent at a right angle. Plug the shoulders down. Take your hands a little lower than your chest so we don't get into the front of the shoulders straining. And if you don't feel your back, if you don't feel your calf, you can always play around with bending the knee and straightening the knee to get into the inner calf, your soleus. Couple more breaths here. We're going to be working on building strength to combat osteoporosis and osteopenia today. Adding resistance, mostly weights, some resistance bands. Give me another 10 seconds here. Really drive that pelvis forward. Pull the low belly in. We'll incorporate some flexibility to increase range of motion since flat back posture is the tightest posture flexibility-wise. We'll always get into those tight muscles so you feel great afterwards. All right, from here, we're going to grab our heaviest loop band in the YouniquelyFit kit. This is our gray loop band. You're going to bring it above your elbows and make your way into a regular plank. So regular plank is on your hands. Your arms are, you're going to flip your palms down, push down and out into the floor. Plank position, legs hip distance apart if you have any back issues. They can be together if you do not. Pull the low belly in towards the spine. Lift your chin up a few inches, gazing forward. Hold it here. Inhale. And exhale, tap the knees down to the floor. Inhale, lift the knees back up. Exhale, both knees tap down together. Inhale, lift them up. And again, exhale, tap those knees down. And inhale, lift, pull out on that band, push down and out with the hands, equal weight in the thumbs and baby fingers. 2 more. Inhale. And exhale, and last one. Inhale. And exhale. Keep the knees down. Walk the knees under your hips, wrist under your shoulders. Arch your back, look up at the ceiling. Tip your tailbone up. Hold the low belly in tight. Hold it here. Inhale 1, breathe. Exhale 1. Inhale 2, good. Exhale 2, make sure you're not hyperextending in your elbows. Inhale 3. Exhale 3, and now walk your knees back a little bit, back into your plank, taking it up. Exhale, tap those knees down. Inhale, pick them up. Inner thighs, pull the knees down. Pelvis pulls towards the feet as you lift the knees up. Inhale. And exhale, tap down. Inhale, lift. And 1 more. Exhale, tap down. And inhale, lift. From here, we need a 3-pound weight and our small anti-burst ball. We're going to come to sit with our legs extended out in front of us. We'll place the small anti-burst ball between our inner thighs. And we'll hold the 3-pound weight with both hands on our chest. So we're seated on the floor. Dig your heels into the floor, keep your knees bent, and put the ball between your inner thighs. Hold the weight on your chest. with both hands. Elbows point out to the side, shoulders plug down the back. Sit up tall, tip your tailbone back as if you were arching your low back here. Pull the belly in. On a 4 count, we're going to hinge back, taking it back. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it back. Inhale. And exhale. Stay there. One more breath. Inhale. And exhale. And inhale back up to a tall spine. Tip your tailbone back. Keep squeezing in on that ball. Hold the weight on the chest, elbows out to the side. Hinging back, exhale. Holding it back. Inhale 1, breathe. Exhale 1. Inhale 2. Exhale 2. And inhale back up to a tall spine. Play around with having the ball or not having the ball. If you don't have the ball between the knees, put the legs closer to one another. See if that feels better. Hinging back with a flat back. Make sure you're not rounding back. Exhale back, hold it back. Last one. Inhale 1, breathe. Exhale 1. Inhale 2. Exhale 2. And inhale back up to that tall spine. Great. Flipping back around onto our hands and knees. We need that heaviest loop band, again, above our elbows. But this time we'll be in a forearm plank. So you'll be down on your forearms, a little lower to the ground. For some people, this is a little easier than a regular plank, especially on your elbow joint area. So legs hip distance apart. If you have any back issues, they can be together. If you do not, zip up through your center line. So pull your low abs in towards your spine. Exhale, tap both knees down together. Inhale, pick them both up together. Exhale, tap them down. Inhale, pick them up. Feel that low belly burn. Exhale, tap them down. Inhale, lift them up. 2 more. Exhale, tap down. Inhale, lift, get your pelvis down, flat like a plank. And 1 more. Coming back onto your hands and knees, still with the band on. Pull out on it, hands on the ground, right under your shoulders, knees under your hips. Arch your back, gaze up at the ceiling. Pull the low belly in. Inhale 1, breathe. Exhale 1. Inhale 2. Exhale 2. We're going to 6. Inhale 3. Exhale 3, and make sure the belly pulls in. And you're lifting up on the muscles that stop your stream of pee. 2 more breaths here. And then walk back down to your forearms and step your legs back. 1 final set of these planks for your low belly and the strength of your upper back. So as you tap those knees down, exhale. As you pick them up, inhale, lengthen the pelvis. Imagine my hands on your shoulder blades. Puff your shoulder blades up a little bit. Engage the upper back. Exhale, tap down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, tap down. Inhale, lift up. 2 more. Exhale, down. Inhale, lift the knees. And last one, exhale, down. And inhale, lift. From here, we're going to need our heaviest loop band and our heaviest Theraband. Go ahead and thread the Theraband through the loop band and grab your anti-burst ball. Come to lie on your back with the ball under your sacrum. Option, if this is not comfortable when you relax your pelvis onto the ball, to do this on the floor without a ball under your sacrum. So I'll show you what both looks like. This is when I place it under my tailbone and I'm going to neutralize and relax my pelvis on the ball, or I can take that out and just have my pelvis on solid ground. From here, we're going to take our dominant leg, and if you're right-handed, that's your left leg. If you're left-handed, that's your right leg, into the loop. And we'll hold it with the same arm as that side. Bending the elbows, putting our triceps and shoulders, plugging them down and our triceps onto the floor. From here, bring both legs to tabletop. Both knees are bent. Feet are dorsiflexed. The knees track right over your hips. You're going to take the leg that does not have the band down, tapping it down on your exhale, lifting it up on your inhale. Neutralize that pelvis. Relax your pelvis into the ball if you're on it. If you're on the floor, keep going with the lower lifts. Then make sure there's a little space between your low back and the floor, that you're not flattening your low back into the floor. We don't want pelvic flexion. So exhale down, inhale, lift. Keep that going. Exhale down, inhale, lift. 1 more. Exhale down, and inhale, lift. Just go fish for your other foot, switching sides, switching the hand that's holding the band. So you want the band, you've got to put the loop band around the other side now, the other foot. Switching the hands, set up, knees under hips, and knees tracking right over the hips. And we begin. Good. Make sure the knees are not going in front of the hips. That's going to be a compensation that won't allow you to access the core as much. Keep that going. Tap it down and lift. And doing it on the floor without the ball sometimes feels best for flat back posture. It depends on your back, but honor the best position for you. If it's with the ball under the sacrum, use it. If not, lose it and keep going with those tabletop lower and lifts for your pelvic floor. Feet are dorsiflexed. Give me 4 more. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. And the farther away from the body that leg hinges, the more work for the lower abdominals. 2 more. 2. And last one. And 1. Great job. From here, we need our foam roller, our 3-pound weight, and our small anti-burst ball. You're going to bring your knees onto the roller, rising up on your knees, holding the 3-pound weight in your dominant hand first with the ball between your inner thighs. From here, we're going to take our dominant arm out to the side, pulling it up on the diagonal. Knees are on the roller. Ball is between the inner thighs. Toes are tucked under on the floor so you're not balancing on your knees. Taking the arm up into a high V. So we're up on our knees like we're standing on our knees, and we're going up with the arm and back down like you're pulling a sword out. And up and down. The other hand can be on the hip, behind the head. It's isometrically quiet. It's not moving. One arm moving, other arm isn't. Make sure your dominant arm is working first. Now, as you pull that arm up on the high V, we're going to go slow. Exhale, lift, 2, 3, 4, good, and lower. 2, 3, 4. Tuck your toes under. Hold on. Pause for a second. Squeeze the inner thighs. Lift up on your inhale. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, lower. 2, 3, 4. Inhale, lift. 2, 3, 4. Exhale, lower. 2, 3, 4. One more and lift. 2, 3, 4. And lower. 2, 3, 4. Switch sides. Good. So make sure your abs are in, neutral pelvis, shoulders plugged down, center the head on the spine. Extra challenge, lift the opposite toes up every time that arm goes up, challenging the balance even more in the obliques. Center your head, plug those shoulders down. No twisting in the torso. The body stays straight on. Keep going. Inhale, lift. 2, 3, 4. Exhale, lower. 2, 3, 4. Don't turn your head. Don't twist the body. Plug those shoulders down. Keep it going. You've got 3 more sets. Lift, 2, 3, 4, and lower. 2, 3, 4. 2 more. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Last one. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Great. From here, we're going to come to a side lying fetal position with our small anti-burst ball and our 3-pound weight. We're going to be working on our external rotator cuff. So it's important to me that your head is supported when you're lying on your side with a block, ball, or pillow, that you're not rounding your low back, that you tip your tailbone back, you pull your abs in, and the top arm, let's start with your dominant arm. So flip to the other side if you don't have your dominant arm up. Pin the elbow to the side of the body and begin to lift the forearm on a slow 4 count like we were doing before. Inhale, lift. 2, 3, 4. Exhale, lower. 2, 3, 4. Plug your shoulders down. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. And exhale. 2. Bottom arm extends out in front of you. Bottom arm extends out in front of you like Frankenstein. Plug the shoulders down. Create a mouse hole between your side body and the floor by lengthening your torso, pulling the abdomen in, and keep lifting. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Lower. Exhale. 2. Watch that the wrist stays flat, that the elbow doesn't leave the side of the body, and that the forearm doesn't start to pull towards your face. You've got 4 more. Inhale, lift. 2, 3, 4. Exhale, lower. 2, 3, 4. Inhale, lift. 2, 3, 4. Exhale, lower. 2, 3. 2 more. Inhale, up. You're doing great. Exhale, lower. 2, 3, 4. One more. Inhale. 2, 3, 4, and exhale. 2, 3, 4. Rolling over to the other side slowly. Brace your abs. Take your time. Get set up in a perfect position to work efficiently. No rounding in the low back. Tip your tailbone back. Pull the belly in towards the spine. Pin the elbow to the side of the body, creating a right angle. Forearm's going to come right up to the ceiling without pulling towards the face. Wrist will stay flat, and you'll lower on your exhale. Inhale, pull the belly in. Exhale, tug up on the muscles that stop your stream of pee. Here we go. Inhale, lift. 2, 3, 4. Exhale, lower. 2, 3, 4. Don't let your wrist flex at the top when you get to the top, so decrease range of motion so your wrist stays flat. Better. Inhale, lift. 2, 3, 4. Exhale, lower. 2, 3, 4. Inhale, up. 2, 3, 4. Exhale, lower. 2, 3, 4. You got 4 more. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. And exhale. Watch the wrist at the top. 2, 3, 4. 2 more. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, lower. 2, 3, 4. Last one. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. And exhale, 2, 3, 4. Great. We'll keep this 3-pound weight. We'll grab our foam roller. Coming onto our hands and knees. You may want a yoga block under one hand. So you'll have the roller under your knees, the yoga block under your non-dominant hand, and the 3-pound weight in your dominant hand. All fours position. From here, make sure that the toes of the knee that is down on the roller are down, because we're going to extend the opposite leg out behind us. The yoga block is under your non-dominant hand, just to elevate your hand so you're not on a diagonal downwards. Extend the opposite leg of the hand that's loaded with the weight out behind you. Hold it out. Flex the foot. Pull the core in. We're going to row up, so like we're pulling up to our chest and then lower down slowly. Palm facing in towards the body. Wrist is flat. Keep that going. Inhale, lift. 2, 3, 4. Exhale, lower. 2, 3, 4. And if having the knees on the roller does not feel good to your knees, then you can always lose it. But what it does is allows your TVA, your internal obliques, to fire as well as your back. So it's a full body exercise when you add the foam roller. So keep going here, breathing, taking it up, 2, 3, 4, lowering down, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, lift, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, lower. Keep the shoulders plugged down. Keep your chin lifted. Keep the belly pulling in. The leg is isometrically held. The arm is the only thing moving up and down. Keep the leg still. Flex the toes. Another 20 seconds here. If you need to move into some cat and cow as a release because you've had enough, take some cat and cow. Rounding the spine, arching, and rounding. Keep going with your pointer dog rows if that feels nice. Take it up, 2, 3, 4, lower down, 2, 3, 4. One more on this side. Inhale, lift, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, lower, 2, 3, 4. Switching sides, setting up on the other side. Remember, get that leg out. Make sure the leg isn't drooping below the pelvis, that it's lifted a little higher. You have the hamstring strength to do this. Dorsiflex the foot, plug the shoulders down, lift the chin, pull the belly in towards the spine. Do not press it out. That puts pressure on your low back, and you already have a lot of issues with the back due to the flexion in your skeletal structure. So continue on here. It's a very slow count, but it's also right near the chest. Make sure you're not too far away from the body with the arm. So the wrist will go right under the shoulder as you lower it down. Inhale to lift, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, lower, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, lift, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, lower, 2, 3, 4. 2 more. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. And exhale, 2, 3, 4. Last one. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. And exhale, 2, 3, 4. Great work. We're moving into lower body work. I want you to grab your heaviest loop band and your heaviest Theraband, threading the Theraband through the loop band. Option to elevate your pelvis with the ball or to have your back solidly on the mat. So we're lying on our back and we're going to be stretching out our hamstrings. So if having the ball under you bothers your back, put the ball under your head if you have tight hamstrings. If your hamstrings are pretty open and you prefer to be on the ground without the ball, just set the ball to the side. Begin with your dominant leg. If you're right-handed, your left leg. If you're left-handed, your right leg. Up in the air, dorsiflex the foot. Use that band as leverage. Wrap from the ends of the band for good leverage. Flexing the toes. Watching out for the pelvis rounding under. So create a little mouse hole between your low back and the floor by tipping your pelvis forward and pulling the low abdomen in. Keep that going. Make sure you're breathing. Great way to open up those tight hamstrings before we begin our strength work. So continue using the breath. Each exhale is a chance to pull the leg closer. Watch out for the low back. Make sure you tip the tailbone down and you can slide your hand under. There is that space. You need that space. Pull the low abs in. Hear your breath. You're doing great. Breathe in. Exhale that air out. Again, inhale. And exhale. And one more breath here. Inhale. And exhale. Go ahead and slowly switch to the other leg. If you're on the ball, you're keeping your pelvis relaxed. Neutral pelvis, so somewhere between rounding and arching, allowing that pelvis to relax, creating some more space. If you're on the floor, just make sure you're not rounding your low back to get that leg up. That's why we have this long lever strap, so you can hold towards the end of it and lower the leg down even more to where you do have some space between the floor and your low back. This is going to teach you proper alignment. It's going to help you open your hamstrings in a healthy way for your back. So I see people all the time pushing themselves into stretches with bad form. That is going to reinforce and potentially hurt certain muscles in your body, especially the back. So use this band. It's going to help you out a lot. You got another 20 seconds on this side. Really dorsiflex the foot. If this side is very open compared to the other, feel free to go back to that dominant leg. Do what is going to serve you best right now. Keep breathing. Good. After 3 more inhales and exhales, we're going to make our way up to stand by a wall. You're going to need your orange loop band, which is our lightest loop band in the YouniquelyFit kit, as well as your 3-pound weight. I'm going to show you what we're going to do with the band. You're going to place it around your ankles. I'd like you to do this. Looks like this. I'm going to take it off because I do not have flat back posture and this is not good for my body, but this is excellent for you, so you're keeping it on. Standing by a wall profile with the weight in the outside hand. Okay, from here, we're going to lift the inside leg to knee flexion. Great. And you're going to place that weight on the thigh, adding a little resistance, holding it here so it does not fall off because we don't want it to fall on your toes. Tip your tailbone back, finding your balance. Breathe in. Inhale 1, breathe. Exhale 1. Inhale 2. Exhale 2 and lower that leg down. Switching sides. Now, if you have trouble with your balance, you can turn around, but most likely you can tap the wall with whatever hand is closest to the wall if you need it. Inhale 1, breathe. Exhale 1, tip that tailbone back. Inhale 2. Exhale 2. And lower it down, switching sides. The thigh, the goal is to get it up nice and parallel to the floor with some lumbar extension. So still tipping that tailbone back. Inhale. Keep the focus up a little higher than eye level. Exhale, lower that leg down. Switch sides. Take it up. Dorsiflexed foot, tailbone tipping back. Inhale 1, breathe. Exhale 1. Inhale. And exhale, lower that down. Again, we got 1 more on each side. You're doing great. Take it up. Hold it up. Inhale 1, breathe. Exhale 1. Inhale, get taller. Exhale, inner thigh pulls that leg back down. And other side, take it up. Keep the focus up a little higher. Inhale 1, breathe. Exhale, 1. Inhale, 2. And exhale, slowly lower that leg down. You can take off that loop band. You're going to now bring it around your wrist, grabbing your foam roller. So the weight can go to the side. The foam roller, you're going to put it up against the wall about chest height. And you're going to pin it with your forearms. And you have the lightest loop band, the orange band in the YouniquelyFit kit, around your wrists. And your arms are going to go on the foam roller like this, right out about chest height with the elbows bent. So facing the wall, feet parallel. You're going to cross your dominant leg over your non-dominant leg's thigh, figure 4. Flex the feet, and you're going to tip the tailbone back, pushing the forearms into the roller. Once you get back into that position, I want you to inhale, try to straighten the arms, and exhale, bend them at the elbows. Stay low in your figure 4. The arms are just moving up and down on the breath. And it can be a nice slow 4 count. Inhale, lift them up, straightening from the elbows. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower down. And you don't need to lift your lower body, just the arms, bending at the elbows. You're pushing out into that roller, like you're trying to split the roller in half, pushing down and out. Good. Switch sides. Set up on the other side. Before you begin the arm work, make sure the arms aren't too high to where you're not sitting low enough in the stretch for your lower body. So the arms can be lower to allow you to get deeper into that stretch. Tip the tailbone back, and palms are facing in. You're pulling out with the wrists on the band. And really the hands are slightly above the roller. It's really the forearms that are on the roller, pushing down and out. And we take it up and we lower it down. And we take it up. So we're bending and straightening at the elbow joint. The tailbone is back. The low body is completely stationary. Keep breathing. Good. Switch sides again. Second set on the first side. Sitting back. Inhale. Extending the arms. Exhale. Lowering them down. Inhale, straightening the arms. Exhale, lowering them down. One more on this side. Inhale, straightening. And exhale, lowering them down. Switch sides. Last time on the second side. Sit back into your pose. Pull the low belly in towards the spine. Dorsiflex the foot. Don't sit on into the joint. So if you're feeling knee pain, that foot should be a little higher. It shouldn't be resting on the knee. It should be resting on the thigh. Let's begin with the arm work. Inhale. You're pushing down and out like you're trying to split that roller in half. We have this lightest loop band here, so you really feel the abductors of the arms, the triceps, the posterior delts, waking up the back body to combat kyphosis. Keep going. And give me one more. Great. From here, we're going to take that lightest loop band and place it back around our ankles. It looks like this. You're going to do it. I do not have flat back posture, so put it on, keep it on for this next exercise. We need our 3-pound weight again. Now, if you have balance issues, I'd advise doing this by a wall. If you don't, you can do it in the center with me. You're going to take your leg now from regular knee flexion out to side knee flexion. So externally rotating it in the hip socket, dorsiflexing the foot, placing the weight back on the thigh. Hold it here. Inhale 1, breathe. Exhale 1, hold that weight. Inhale 2. Exhale 2. Make sure the foot isn't everting. The foot is parallel and dorsiflexed. Inhale. And lower that leg down slowly. Good. We're going to do 6 sets total. You can stay on the same side for 3 and then switch to the other side, or you can alternate, whichever you'd like. Hold, inhale. And exhale. Keep that leg up. Inhale. And exhale, lower it down. One more set on this side if you stayed on the same side. If not, keep alternating. Lift up. Tip the tailbone back. Take the focus of the gaze a little higher than eye level. Soften the sternum towards the back body. Pull the belly in. Great. Switch sides if you haven't been alternating. And begin. Hold. Inhale 1. Breathe. Exhale 1. Other hand on the hip, behind the head, or at your side. Whatever feels natural. On your next exhale, lower that thigh down. 2 more. So as the thigh goes up, check your pelvis. Are you starting to round it? Can you tip it back? Can you pull the abs in? Can you take your gaze a little higher than eye level? Lower it down. Last one. Inhale, lift it up. Hold it up. Inhale 1, breathe. Exhale 1, a little higher. Inhale 2, belly tight. Exhale, lower it down. Taking the band off and setting the weight to the side. Great job. We're going to bring ourselves to the wall. We're going to lie on our backs and we're going to take our legs up the wall to open up our hamstrings. So if you want to shimmy your mat over so that you're not on the cold ground, if you're on hardwood floor like I am, you can do that. Make your way to the floor, lying on your back. Slowly brace your abs as you take your legs up the wall. Tailbone is very close to the wall. Flex your feet here and just relax. So the only thing I'm going to require in this is that you really send your toes towards your face. You flex your feet. Getting into those hamstrings. We're working to get you to 90, which would be very, very good for your posture. So if you're here and this is not a stretch, you can always go grab a yoga strap or something to take the legs closer to you and do this lying supine. But most flat back posture, this is a great stretch, great way to open up the back of the hamstrings. We're focusing on the feet though. I want you to really dorsiflex your feet, make them active, get into those calves. Notice when you flex your toes, look at your toes, if the inner or outer edge is flexing harder. See if you can even out the flexion in the feet. Breathe into that. Nothing feels better than legs up the wall. So if you've had a stressful day, this is a restorative posture. You can close your eyes, relax your mind, and at the same time get an excellent stretch. I'd advise one hand under your low back just so you can feel that you're not rounding that low back. You want to keep a little space by pulling in your abs and tipping your tailbone down. We're going to be here for another 30 seconds. If it becomes too much, you can always come off the wall and you can go into cat and cow. We did a bit of that earlier. So honor your body. Try to stay with it though. The flexibility of the hamstrings is really imperative to combat the forward lean. So as you're breathing, close the eyes. Try to soften the chest, soften the facial muscles. Just another 5 seconds here. Wonderful. From here, we're going to slowly make our way off the wall. Now, if you have any knee issues, you can always do this exercise standing. You don't have to do it with your knees on the roller. But if you don't have any knee issues, we're going to bring the knees on the roller. We need to tie our lightest Theraband, the yellow Theraband, a quarter of the way into the roller. We're also going to be using our 3-pound weight. So we'll have resistance in both hands. One hand will be loaded with the band. The other hand will be loaded with the 3-pound weight. So again, if you're not going to do this on your knees due to sensitivity in the knees, you can stand on the end of the Theraband and do the exercise standing. If you're on your knees, you're going to everybody's going to place the anti-burst ball between the inner thighs just to keep your legs hip distance apart. Hold the 3-pound weight first in your dominant hand, and in the other hand, you'll hold the end of the Theraband, and you'll step on the end with the same foot. You can step on it with both feet if you're stepping on it. If it's tied around your band, you don't have to worry about it. You just gather the ends. So both arms are going to be lifting up into scaption, which is a high V with the palms facing in. So a high V meaning chest height high V, so not an overhead high V. So the wrists are slightly below the shoulders. And then we lower them down slowly. So we have a 3-pound weight in our dominant hand and the resistance band in the non-dominant hand. So both hands are loaded. It feels a little funny to be pulling up the resistance and for the other arm to just have the weight. I want you to feel the difference. Lift up, 2, 3, 4, and lower, 2, 3, 4. Keep that going. Lift up, 2, 3, 4, and lower, 2, 3, 4. Tip your tailbone back, feet parallel. Hold it up. Inhale 1, breathe. Exhale 1. Inhale 2. Exhale lower. 2 breaths at the top. Take it up. Hold. Inhale 1, breathe. Exhale 1. Inhale 2. Exhale lower. Last one. Hold it up. Take it up. Inhale 1. Don't lock out the elbows. Make sure it's a narrow V where the wrists are about in line with the shoulders. And lower it down. Switch sides. So switch the band and the weight and feel the difference. We started with the weight in your dominant hand because it's actually harder to get good form with the weight than it is with the band, because we tend to use momentum and we don't feel the down and up action that you feel when you have a resistance band, when you have that counter tension. Make sure your wrists are below your shoulders. We don't want to aggravate the front of the shoulder. So lift up, 2, 3, 4, lower down, 2, 3, 4. Next one, we're going to hold it up. Isometric hold, inhale. Stay here, exhale. Make sure you've gathered that band around your knuckles with the thumb on the outside. Inhale and exhale, lower the arms. 2 more sets, 2 more isometric holds. Take it up, hold it up. Inhale 1, breathe. Exhale 1. Inhale 2 and exhale, lower. And last one, plug those shoulders down, take it up, hold it up. Inhale 1, breathe. Exhale 1. Inhale 2 and exhale, lower it down. Good. Set those props to the side. We're actually going to need the 3-pound weight, but you're going to grab your lightest loop band, which is our orange band in the YouniquelyFit kit, and bring it back around your ankles. It looks like this. I'm not going to keep it on. I do not have flat back posture. So you put it on, looks like this. I'm taking it off. You're keeping it on. Okay, if you have good balance, you can do this with me in the center. If not, you can do it by a wall, bar, or counter for safety purposes. Hold the weight with both hands with the elbows out to the side. We're going to step to the side. Frontal plane step to balance to side knee flexion. So we learned this exercise in our lower body series. Place the weight on the thigh to load it. Hold it here. Inhale 1, breathe, and make sure you hold that weight. We don't want it to drop. Inhale 2. Exhale 2, tip your tailbone back. Inhale 3. Exhale 3, pass the weight to the other side and step to the other side. Find the balance immediately. Hold it here. Inhale 1, breathe. Try to center your chest. The leg is externally rotating, but the pelvis shouldn't shift. You should square off your pelvis, keep your hips even, pass the weight, second time on the first side. Get that leg up to knee flexion, tip your tailbone back. One hand can be behind the head if that feels nice, resting the head into the hammock of the hand, and or to the hip. And last time, step through space, really challenge that balance for injury prevention and sports enhancement. Tip the tailbone back, soften the bend in the knee, gaining strength by loading the body. Hold. 2 more breaths. Inhale and exhale. Last breath. Inhale. Excellent. And exhale. Taking the loop band off, setting your props to the side for some stretching. Go face the wall. Bring your dominant arm into a high V, standing with your chest against the wall. Take the other hand to the hip and begin to twist away from that arm slowly, very slowly. Keep your focus up eye level. Don't go crazy. Don't want to put too much pressure. And now, with the eyes closed and the gaze soft, you're just going to breathe, keeping the belly pulled in, using your exhale as a chance to deepen that stretch for the anterior delt and pec minor. After 2 more deep inhales and exhales, as long as you can make them, switch sides. Setting up on the second side when you're ready. Plugging the shoulders down. Pulling the low belly in towards the spine. Lifting the chin up. Softening your gaze. You're doing great. Make sure both feet are grounded on the floor. Both knees are soft. Feet are hip distance apart and parallel. So it's important that we work in parallel because we don't want knee issues. If our feet evert and we're not everting from the top of our hip socket, we cause knee issues and ankle issues. Breathe here. Now I'd like everybody to grab a chair appropriate for your height. And what I mean by that is that when you sit in the chair, your thighs are slightly below your hips. So if the chair is too short for you, you can always put a pillow, bolster, yoga block, something to sit on. If the chair is too high for you, grab a yoga block or a book to put under your front foot. We're going to come into a supported lunge to open up those hip flexors after all that stretching. So you're sitting profile in the chair in a lunge. One leg in front, one leg behind, holding on to the side of the chair, taking the outside arm up to shoulder flexion. So the same arm as your back leg up, and then bending towards the top of the chair. Breathing here, inhale and exhale. Now, if you're tall, you usually need a bolster and a smaller chair to elevate your pelvis. Inhale and exhale. One more breath here. Inhale and exhale. Quick release for those hip flexors after all that hard work. Go ahead and switch sides, setting up on your second side. And we'll be here for 4 breaths. Inhale 1, breathe. Exhale 1. Inhale 2. Exhale 2. Make sure your abs are in. Inhale 3. Exhale 3. And let's slowly make our way to a comfortable seated position, turning around, sitting in the chair the regular way. Great job. We're moving into a squat series. You're going to need your 3-pound weight and your lightest Theraband in the YouniquelyFit kit, which is our yellow Theraband. We're doing sumo squats. And like our upper body work we did before, where you're standing on the band with one foot and you're holding the weight in the other hand. That's our setup. So sumo squat is a wide second position. The legs are subtly externally rotated from the top of the hip sockets. Go ahead and hold the weight in your dominant hand and stand on the end of the band with your other foot, the opposite foot of the hand that's loaded with the weight. And you're going to wrap from the end of the band, the other hand, and we're going to hold both both hands by our shoulders, up in the air, palms facing in. I want you to exhale and sit back into your sumo squat. Hold it at the bottom. Inhale, press the arms up. Exhale, bend the elbows and lower them down. Stay low in the squat. Inhale, press the arms up. Exhale, lower them down. One more time. Inhale, press them up. Exhale, lower them down. Inhale, stand up. Give your lower body a break. Don't lock the knees. And when you're ready, exhale, sit back. Keep the arms here. Don't move the arms until you're low in your squat. Now, inhale, press the arms up. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, press. Exhale, lower. Good. Inhale, press. And exhale, lower. Standing up tall. Switching sides. So step on the band with the other side. And it works both ways. You can stand on it with the excess of the band medially towards the groin or laterally out towards the side. So see what feels best for you. Hands by the shoulders. Sit back. Let the inner thighs pull you back into that sumo squat. Exhale. Hold it back. Inhale those arms up. Exhale them down. Brace the abs. Inhale those arms up. And exhale them down. And one more time. Inhale them up. Exhale them down. Standing up without locking the knees. Inhale. Sitting back for your final set. Exhale, sit back. Get low. Inhale, press the arms up. Keep the shoulders plugged down. Palms are facing in by one another. Exhale down. Inhale, press those arms up. And exhale down. Last time, make it count. Inhale up and exhale down. Great. From here, heaviest loop band, our gray loop band in the YouniquelyFit kit. We're going to be doing a modified tricep push-up. So you're going to come down to the floor with that heaviest band above your elbows. This is going to assist. This is actually going to catch you and make the push-up safer for your joints, for your shoulders, for your elbows. And it's going to teach you the proper form you need. So set up in a regular plank position, wrist under shoulders, knees under hips, and then step your feet back into plank, feet hip distance apart. Pull the low belly in. Exhale, bring the chest into the band as you bend your elbows, coming halfway down. Go halfway down. Inhale, lift back up. Exhale, halfway down. Inhale, lifting back up. And really bend those elbows. Exhale, halfway down. Let the chest hit the band. Inhale, up. Exhale, halfway down. Inhale, lift. Give me 2 more. You've got this. Exhale, halfway down. Inhale, lift. And 1 more. Exhale, down. And inhale, lift. Take cat-cow. You can keep the band on or you can lose the band. Arch, look up at the ceiling. Hold it here. Inhale, 1. Breathe. Exhale, 1. Pull the belly in towards the spine. Inhale, 2. Exhale, 2. Inhale, 3. Exhale, 3. We're going to make our way up to stand. You need your lightest loop band and your 3-pound weight. Lightest loop band in our kit is the orange loop band. And we're going to put that orange loop band around our ankles, coming up to stand. Grab your 3-pound weight. We're moving in the transverse plane. If you have balance issues, stand by a wall, bar, or counter. We're going to take this lightest loop band around our ankles. Looks like this. You're going to keep it on. I'm going to take it off. I do not have flat back posture. So you have this orange band on and you have the weight in your dominant hand. So we're going to take a quarter turn. Imagine your body is at 12 o'clock. You're going to turn, bringing one leg into regular knee flexion and resting that weight on the thigh. The other hands, both hands can hold the weight. One hand can go to the hip or behind the head, whatever feels natural. Hold it here. Take your gaze up eye level. Dorsiflex the foot of the lifted leg. Great. Turn back from where you came from. You'll be on the other side. Find the balance. Hold. Lift the leg up to knee flexion. Inhale 1. Breathe. Exhale 1. Send your head back in space a little bit. Upper back puffs back behind you. Engaging. Belly in. And repeat. Second time on the first side. Find it immediately. This is for injury prevention and sports enhancement. Soft bend in the knees. We know that if you fall with osteoporosis, it's likely you will break a bone, and we do not want that. So we've got to prepare ourselves to move through space safely. One more breath. Last time. Quarter turn. Find it. Dorsiflex the foot. Bring the gaze up higher than eye level. Pull the belly in towards the spine. One more breath. Inhale. Excellent. And exhale. So we're going to take that loop band off and we're going to move into some stretches. Grab a chair and remember, make sure your feet can solidly plant on the ground. If it's a short chair and you're tall, bring a bolster. If it is a tall chair and you're short, bring some yoga blocks or books for under your feet. We're going to be doing a side body stretch in the chair, and I'd like you to start with your dominant side of your body, your dominant arm, stretching and bending away from you so that you're getting into that side first. So I have one butt cheek on the chair and one butt cheek off. I have a yoga block for leverage. You can also use a book if you don't own a yoga block. Take the top hand behind the head if that feels nice, resting the head into it. You can do some twisting from your torso. Probably will feel nice to twist back from the rib cage. Keep your chin lifted. If you want to grab your shoulder with your hand and do some elbow circles back just to open up the shoulder a little bit. Or maybe full arm circles if you don't have any shoulder issues. Pull the core in. Just let the body release into this stretch. Give me another 5 seconds or so, and then I want you to inhale, use your abs as you lift yourself back to center. Bringing yourself back to center, switching sides. Setting up on the other side. Make sure as you're working today, you're drinking and hydrating. I'm going to get some water because I have a tickle in my throat, but you're going to keep stretching. Stretch. Plug the shoulders down. Pull that core in. Keep the abs pulled in towards the spine. Lean the head back into the hammock of the hand if that feels nice. Twist from your rib cage. Add some little minor twisting. Don't go crazy. And then you can do some shoulder circles or elbow circles or full arm circles. Whatever you're doing it at a nice, slow, steady tempo. We'll be here for another 15 seconds, and then we're going to make our way. We're going to come lie on our foam roller. So we need our small anti-burst ball. We need a yoga block, preferably a yoga block that is foam because it helps out a little more with this exercise. But if you don't have that, you can probably just use your hands or a book. We're going to use a small trigger ball, lacrosse ball, or a tennis ball will work. And this is great for getting into the fascia in the front body. We're going to lie supine on our foam roller to challenge our internal abs as we're working. Tailbone at the bottom, head at the top. Once you are lying supine, place that anti-burst ball between your inner thighs just to feel your lower pelvic floor. Take a moment to allow the spine to adjust. Make sure you have your yoga block handy because you're going to use it to pin the ball. And we're breathing, inhale. And so notice I'm starting these circular motions to roll out the front of my shoulder and my pecs. I'm getting into that fascia. You can go into the V-neck line. You can go below the breast, below the chest. That'll help release the serratus anterior. If you go laterally, closer to the rib cage, go around the sternum, above the breast, above the chest, near the shoulders. getting into those sticky spots. Notice what happens to the back as you lie on this roller. Is it flattening? Is the low back flattening? Can you tip it down a little? Create some low back extension. Squeeze that ball with the inner thighs here as you're working. Belly is in, using the breath, digging into that fascia. Quiet the mind, relax the facial muscles. Plug the shoulders down as you're doing this just to feel your scapular stabilizers. So there's a tendency to wobble, but you're so close to the floor that you could easily catch yourself. This isn't a dangerous position to be in with osteoporosis. We avoid using like the big stability ball with osteoporosis just because if you fell, it's a farther distance. And with the bone density being as it is, we just have to be safe. So be careful about stability work. You really want to work on your balance and you want to work slowly. Isometric holds, meaning holding something in space, or a 4 to 8 count of lifting and lowering is advised for osteoporosis. So just keep that in mind if you're working out on your own. You want to stay safe. Nice deep breaths. Great job. We're moving into our final standing series, lunges, balance work in the sagittal plane, plus flexibility. From here, we're going to start with since we're down on the floor, let's start with some upper body work before we begin moving through space. So I'd like you to grab your foam roller, and you're going to grab a 3-pound weight and a yoga block, and we're going to be on all fours. Now, if this position, actually, I'm going to change this one really quick. We're going to grab our heaviest loop band and bring it around our upper elbows. We need to do a little down dog. Actually, no, shoot, I'm going to start this again, babe. It's okay. It's not going to matter. We're beginning our final standing series, lunges and sagittal plane. I'd like you to grab your 3-pound weight and your heaviest loop band. You're going to bring your heaviest loop band around your outer thighs. And with this heaviest loop band around our outer thighs, we're going to be doing some walking lunges, traveling forward through space. You're going to hold this 3-pound weight at your chest with your elbows out to the side. This band is here so that you don't go too deep into the lunge and so that you feel the abductors of the legs. So we're going to step forward into a lunge and hold the lunge. Travel through space forward. Hold it here. Elbows out to the side. Inhale 1. Breathe. Exhale 1. Inhale 2. Exhale 2. Step the back leg forward to knee flexion in front. And then step it forward into your lunge. So walking lunge. Hold it here. Inhale 1. Breathe. Exhale 1. Inhale 2. Exhale 2. Now, depending on your space, you may need to turn around to repeat. Or if you're in a big, long room, then you can continue on. Traveling forward, elbows up, shoulders plugged down, focus of the eyes higher than eye level. Bring that back leg to knee flexion as you go forward. Brace your abs. Exhale, stepping that leg forward, sinking in low into the lunge with the abs engaged, elbows lifted. 2 full breaths at the bottom, and then inhale as you come up to knee flexion. Bringing it up. Let's repeat one more time. Step it forward. Find it. Elbows up. Inhale 1. Breathe. Exhale 1. Inhale 2. Exhale 2. Inhale. Bring the back leg forward. Knee flexion. Step it forward immediately. Finding that balance in the lunge. Brace the abs. Inhale 1. Breathe. Exhale 1. Inhale 2. Exhale 2. And inhale the back leg forward. Let's move into some upper body work. We're going to come over to the wall. We need our 3-pound weight. And we're going to also grab our lightest Theraband. And just as we've been working on in our upper body work as well as our squats today, you're going to hold the weight in your dominant hand and stand on the end of the Theraband with your other leg. So hold the end of the Theraband in your non-dominant hand. Hold the weight in your dominant hand. Bring your back against a wall. Wall cactuses. Here we go. So I want the arm that's loaded. So you've wrapped that Theraband around your knuckles with the thumb on the outside. That arm's going to stay isometrically in your cactus. Your other arm is going to slide up the wall and down. Our back is against the wall. We're doing arm cactuses. So hold it here. The weighted arm is going up. The arm that has the band is isometrically held, does not move. Weighted arm goes up on a 4 count and down on a 4 count. Inhale, lift, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, lower, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, lift, 2, 3, 4. Now try to smush the upper back into the wall. Make sure your upper back is really pressing into the wall. Shoulders are plugged down. Chin is lifted. Gaze is up a little higher than eye level. Low belly is pulled in tight. Slide it up. 2, 3, 4. And lower. 2, 3, 4. One more on this side. Lift. 2, 3, 4. And lower. 2, 3, 4. Switch sides. Doing great. Breathing in. When you're ready, beginning on the non-dominant side, take it up. 2, 3, 4, and down. 2, 3, 4. Imprint the upper back. Inhale, lift the arm. 2, 3, 4. Exhale, lower. 2, 3, 4. Make sure the elbows are the same height as the shoulders. The isometrically held arm is at a nice right angle. Chin is lifted. Gaze is soft. Give me 3 more. Inhale, lift. 2, 3, 4. Exhale, lower. 2, 3, 4. Inhale, lift. 2, 3, 4. Exhale, lower. 2, 3, 4. One more. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. And exhale. 2, 3, 4. Great. We're going to be moving forward and back through space with our lunges that we just did. We'll place that heaviest loop band back around our outer thighs, holding our 3-pound weight in our hand. Actually, for this, you need your 5-pound weight and your 3-pound weight. Hold the 5-pound weight in your non-dominant hand right by your shoulder, and hold the 3-pound weight in your dominant hand by your shoulder. So you're just loading, adding some resistance to build that bone density. So 5 and 3-pound, 5-pound in the non-dominant hand, 3-pound in the dominant hand. So we're going to travel through space, just stepping into that forward lunge we were doing before, and then bringing our back leg into knee flexion. So let's try that. Stepping forward through space, finding balance, hold it here. Inhale 1, breathe. Exhale 1. Inhale 2, arms are right at the shoulders. Exhale 2. Inhale 3. Exhale 3. Stepping forward with the other leg. Find that lunge and then bring the back leg into knee flexion in front. Dorsiflex the foot. Hold. Inhale 1, breathe. Exhale 1. Inhale 2. Exhale 2. Brace the abs. Inhale 3. And exhale 3. Now we're going to be stepping backwards into that lunge, pushing back to knee flexion. Find the balance. Hold. Inhale 1. Breathe. Exhale 1. Inhale 2. Exhale 2. Inhale 3. Exhale 3. Final 1. Step backwards through space into your lunge. And then push back into knee flexion. Dorsiflex the foot. Take the gaze up a little higher than eye level. Low abs pulled in. Tailbone back. One more breath. Inhale. And exhale. Set all those props to the side. Grab your heaviest Theraband for a shoulder opener stretch. Take that heaviest Theraband with your dominant hand and throw it over your back so that your arm comes into this position. Take your other arm behind your back and try to find the end of that band. And work the back hand closer to the top hand. Lean the head back into your tricep head. Feel that nice shoulder opener. Plug your shoulders down. Soften your gaze. Bend your knees. Inhale 1. Breathe. Good. Exhale 1. Inhale 2. Exhale 2. Inhale 3. Exhale 3. And slowly switch sides. Opening up that other side. Lean the head back into the forearm. Plug the shoulders down. Close the front ribs. Pull the belly in tight. Inhale 1. Breathe. Exhale, 1. Inhale, 2, walking that bottom arm up towards the top, trying to clasp the hands, really getting into the shoulder. One more breath here. Inhale. And exhale, slowly release that. Grab your trigger ball. Now this can be a lacrosse ball, tennis ball, and you're going to come against the wall and you're going to place it in your outer hip, your glute, your butt muscle. And don't go on the bone, especially if you have osteopenia, porosis, either. You don't want to be on the bone. You want to be in the flesh of your glute, your butt muscle. And you're just going to dig into that. That is going to be a tight area for you, and we want to work out those knots. Start on your dominant side because that's probably going to be, and remember, if you're right-handed, that's your left butt cheek. If you're left-handed, that's your right butt cheek. So I just like to break it down unless you have scoliosis, and if you have scoliosis, your dominant leg is the same side as your dominant arm. So if you have scoliosis and flat back, you should be working the right butt cheek first if you're right-handed, left butt cheek first if you're left-handed. So we're digging in. We're pulling our abs in. Go ahead and switch sides. Final stretch here. You've done wonderful work today. As we increase the weight, the resistance, we will also increase the length of time we hold things as well as the tempo. We're going to slow it down even more. That's going to help you build strength and build up your bone density. Make sure that you are working with a nutritionist or doctor to complement your exercise program because it does take a proper diet as well as resistance work to build up that bone density. Great work today.